Now, with the first weekend of the Black Ops 4 beta complete, I just want to go through some points with you guys and explain what I think is wrong with the game and what I think they did right with the game. Because it's a beta, of course, it's a beta, and please take this as with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion. But let's get right into it. Now, the first point I want to talk about is weapons. So far, the weapons, even though it doesn't seem like it, it is probably ideas from back in Black Ops 3, where there was a big variety of games, because I still believe that Black Ops 3 is one of the best games to ever be made, because there was a huge variety of weapons and abilities and everything. No one really played with the same thing, because I mean, there was 3 snipers people to use, 3 of them, and in, let's say, World War II, people only used 1. And most of the weapons are like reskins, even though it doesn't seem that way, it doesn't sound that way. It's probably just reskins of the Black Ops 3 guns and everything. But overall, I do think that the weapons they brought in is quite good. I think it's a little bit overpowered, some of the weapons. Let's just look at the Spitfire. Without the mod, the gun is already broken. Now, you could shoot people at medium to long range with the gun. If you just tap fire your gun, it gets like a 4-round burst, something like that. Now, if you put on the mod, it maximizes the fire rate, and it absolutely breaks the game. It breaks it. You can have 10 of those armor packs, you would still lose to that gun. It's literally broken. Now, I think it's from Black Ops 3 is the Vesper, because the Vesper was also one of the highest fire rates in the game, and the gun looks almost the same. Now, another gun I want to talk about is the burst rifle. Is the tactical assault rifles, all of the burst rifles. For me, it just seems like it's either overpowered in damage, or it just gives you so much flinch that you can't shoot your weapon. So I think then they just need to point, they put their heads in that point and see what they can do about that. Now, with Black Ops 4, they brought a new feature called self-healing, where you press a button, you heal yourself instead of auto-heal. That, I think their point about that was to reduce just running and gunning. People would just run and gun in previous CODs and just hope for the best. Because by the time you're around the corner, your health is back. So, with World War II, they reduced the healing time to a lot, which didn't help much. People will still run and gun and just hope for the best. Now, with this self-healing and everything, it made the game more tactical. It feels very tactical. It feels like I'm playing a game where I have to think the whole time. Do I go? Do I push this? Do I just sit back, heal myself? Do I try and beat him with 40 less health? Things like that, which I really enjoy. Another point is the accessories. Your flashbangs, your grenades, your stim pistols, things like that. Now, I don't believe that all the things are overpowered. I just believe that some of them are, like the armor packs. If you use it, I think you need a disability or a handicap to win a gunfight, which they said it only takes 1 extra bullet to kill you, which I truly do not believe. Because there's some times where I get shot like 4 times, and then my health pack, my armor pack isn't even done yet. So, whether that's headshots or not, I don't care. It's still broken and everything, and I doubt we will see it in the Pro League. Now, another thing is the stim pistol. I get that they brought back self-healing and everything, but the stim pistol is broken. where you would, without the stim pistol, would heal, and it will take about 2 seconds, 2 to 4 seconds to fully heal yourself. But with a stim pistol, it literally takes 1 to 2 seconds to fully heal yourself, and then you're ready again for the next fight. Now, if you're someone like me who doesn't like using the armor pack, feel like you're using a handicap, you use a stim pistol, which it brings back sort of a run and gun vibe in the game. And I think they just need to touch a bit on that. They shouldn't touch to the healing, they should just touch the regen of it. The other accessories I want to talk about is flashbangs. Now, you only unlock flashbangs at like level 30 or something like that, which I truly get, but once the full game is out, it will break the game. Because at the moment, one of your operators has a flashbang, but you can also get them in part of your operator's accessories. Now, flashbangs are absolutely broken. Your screen is white, it feels like you're dying with that thing. Your eyes are dying from the inside because your screen is so white. And it takes like 10 minutes just to take the whites away, just to stop being flashed. Now you can't move, you can't crouch, you can't go prone, nothing. You can't shoot your weapon, nothing. It's literally, the flashbangs are literally concussion grenades, EMPs, flashbangs, everything you can think of in Black Ops 3 that's non-lethal is put into one grenade, and that's the flashbang. Now, I haven't used the frag grenade yet, but I don't believe it's overpowered. I haven't been killed by it, so that's a good point. Now, another point I want to talk about is movement. Coming from Black Ops 3, I thought the game would be quite similar, but it's totally not. People say it is, but it's not. Of course, you lose your jetpacks and everything, your advanced jump and everything like that. But it's just like there's more advanced movement in this game than previous CODs. Because in this COD, you can't just slide everywhere. If you don't give the guy a time to sprint, you don't slide as far. You don't, things like that. And you can literally mantle over everything, which I don't know. I still have to decide whether it's good or bad, but at this point I don't have a problem with it. Now, with this game, it brought back like an advanced feeling, but it took away the jetpacks and wall running and stuff like that, which I don't know if I felt like it's going to really, really slow down the game, but it didn't. It just feels like natural. It feels like natural movement. Like if you want to be there in 2 seconds, you can run there in 2 seconds. That's how it feels. It feels like you want to play the game by just sprinting, but also don't, because you know that if this guy just sprints across, it's not you. He's gonna lose the gunfight, not you. And another point I want to talk about, and this is a serious point, and I think they should fix this immediately, and that's the gameplay, how the gameplay feels. Now, the gameplay itself, like the movement and everything, is good. It's just that the frame rate is horrible. Now, I've seen that if you play on a PlayStation Pro, you're fine. You don't have problems with frame rate, but not everyone can afford a Pro. I have a PS4, and it's been in my life for about 4 years now. Before that, I had one. So I've always had a PlayStation 4. I've never had an Xbox, nothing like that. And I don't play on PC. Now, if the beta doesn't run at 60 frames per second, and they bring it back into the full game, I'm not playing it. I understand this weekend because I live in South Africa and the servers here are terrible, which I understand. You get about 60 ping, and I do understand that. But at least give me 60 frames per second. Now, I have no doubts that it won't fix it when the full game releases, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna hold a grudge against them for the beta. For that, I don't know. It feels like the game still felt good, but the frame rate just dropped it a little bit for me. So that's it. Now, another point I want to talk about is the maps. We got 5 maps, which I think I didn't even play on all of them. It just didn't felt that way. It continuously felt I'm playing on Gridlock and maps like that. It just didn't feel like I'm playing on all of them. The maps I can remember is Gridlock and Contraband. The other 3 I can't remember. The names I can't remember. That just proves how many times I play on those 2 maps in comparison to the other 3. But there's always, every COD what comes out, there's going to be map favorites and things like that, which I totally understand. But that's not my point. My point is, I think the maps at this moment is they need a little bit of tweaking. Like sniper spot over there is too overpowered. That thing is too high. Things like that, you know. But overall, I really enjoy the maps. I just think that it needs a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of placing a crate over there, things like that. Also, another point I want to talk about is score streaks. Now, I didn't get a chance to play of all of them, but I did get a chance to play against all of them. The first thing I want to talk about is care packages. Care packages is, at this moment, I think a little bit too overpowered. If I throw down 5 care packages, only one of them is going to be a UAV and an RCXD. The other 4 of them is going to be either gunships, mantis, sentries, things like that. In one of my videos, I got a gunship from a care package. In the beta, that was the most. You had to get the most kills to get the most points, actually, to get that gunship. Now, I got it, and it's not overpowered, which was a great thing, because, I mean, a gunship can be really overpowered. And another thing is the mantis. I think the mantis they brought out was that little, I don't know, it's like a mini tank they brought in instead of wheels that has legs. It's overpowered. If someone that can control it, it's good. I do believe it's a little bit overpowered. Also, another thing that's overpowered is the strike team. If the strike team drops in front of you, you can't shoot them while they're dropping. Only about 2-3 seconds after they've dropped and start shooting you, you could start shooting them. Now, I do think they have less health, but they are quite accurate and quite good, which I don't blame them. It's not bad. Now, and overall, things that are broken will probably make it into the game. That happens all the time. So I have no doubt that the Spitfire will be into the game. My only problem is with the game is the Spitfire. Even though in all of my videos I use the gun, I still think it's overpowered. Now, shotguns, I don't know if they're gonna release more shotguns or not, but I think they just need to tweak it down. They shouldn't make the shotgun so that it can one-shot people. They should make the shotgun so that it can be used as a secondary to finish people off. Because that is what it is. Because your secondaries are put in your secondary. Like your shotguns are put into your secondary slot. But overall, I think after the weekend, I think the game so far is a 4.5 out of 5. So we'll have to see from the 10th when the second weekend of the beta releases, and then in September the blackout comes out, the blackout mode comes out. So we'll have to see about that. Hopefully they tweak and buff and nerf some guns through the week until the second weekend of gameplay. But at the moment, 4.5 out of 5 for me. So if you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, please comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts, because everyone's opinions matter. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Russie, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.